Hello, viewers. Thanks for watching this success stories. And this is Republic Day. So happy Republic Day wishes to everyone here. Shriram, we are wearing Brazil t-shirt and telling Happy Republic Day. That's okay. We play football as well. All right, great. On a great Republic Day, we have Deepan in front of us who cleared PMP recently. And we will listen his version of success, how we got it. So before that, a great congratulations, Deepan, for this wonderful achievement.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sriram, and very happy Republic Day to you and all the viewers of ShriLearning.
Great. Yeah, Republic happens by hard work from many people, ancestors, and our Republic happens only by our preparation and our own. Right? Republic of being happy on a healthy and wealthy life happens by keep learning. Okay, here it goes. Deepan posted his about target and all. Okay, that's a trend now, right? That's fantastic. So on February 19th, he cracked this exam. Should be hardly 6-7 days before.
Yeah, January 19th, yes.
Right, 6-7 days. Okay, still you should have that hangover, exam hangover.
Yeah, that's true.
Morning, do you wake up early still now?
No, not that much, because I'm not a early waker. So
okay.
my studies goes mainly in the late night. So
all right. Do your family found you something different last 2-3 months? Deepan is not the old Deepan. This guy changed a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and they found and they accordingly, manage themselves also. I have a small kid who is 2.5 years old, so who used to always, seek my attention. But in this last 1 month, especially, either I'll be in office meetings or in front of Rita or some book or preparing. So
okay.
I don't used to get time to spend with him. So I felt really bad, but except that, yeah, I got full support from the family.
I think post-exam you are spending time.
Yes. I'm ensuring that. Yeah.
What is happening is after somebody does this exam, they get to the habit of reading more. So they continue the same process even after the exam, and they maintain the same way of closing the door and keep reading. Okay.
True. You know what happened? I mean, since you asked about the family, my wife used to have this ambition of clearing GMAT and then going into MBA. So even I used to have. So when I went to this Pearson, that is when I saw a lot of young people coming in and then giving all this GMAT, IELTS exam, and I was coming and telling her that, I mean, I wouldn't call PMP as easy exam compared to any other exam. So if you could crack this, then why not? So she also saw me, studying. I'm basically not a bookworm. So because of PMP, I became bookworm, and for her, this was a surprise. So she thought, okay, this is a good time. So she started last 1 week. She started waking up early daily, and she started studying, preparing for GMAT. That is one good thing that happened. And as you rightly mentioned, this habit is kind of now attached to me. Now I'm going to continue this for many certifications or many more competitive exams. So
that's a good news. So now it's your turn to take care of the kid and she has to read. Okay.
Yes.
That's the implicit message she conveyed. You have to be careful.
But I'm happy to do that.
Nice, man. See, I found many husband, wife read together, grow together, right? So I think that's what family is all about, right? When we understand each other and start growing, that's really interesting. Fantastic. And I know this PMP is one kind of what to say that kind of a disease. It keeps spreading in the sense once you shouldn't call disease. Once you clear the exam, next 5 years you won't keep quiet. Until you reach some level in life, you won't keep quiet. You'll keep on doing something. Nice to know. Super good.
Highly contagious.
It keeps spreading across, and slowly you'll get away from negative people. Slowly you'll get away from negativity around you. You start looking only positive things around you. So that's it. But not COVID positive. Okay. Let's come back. What is the domain and how do you came to PMP? Who pushed you?
I mean, there was no push externally. I would say there was always, instead of a push, there was a drag for me always. Whenever I talk about PMP, because currently I'm in medical field. Before that, I was in automotive. where I mean, even now and before also, I used to work more in predictive kind of life cycle projects. So full of waterfall kind of approach. So whenever I approach my mentors or well-wishers or my seniors who are good in program management, who are already in predictive lifecycle program management, and when I ask them that, hey, I'm also interested, I want to learn more about this, so can I go for a PMP certification? So they go and say, no, it's not for our field. It is more of agile. It is software. Don't do. I mean, why are you going to spend your time and money there? It's not cheap also, right? So I was like, keep on postponing it. But one point in time, I thought I'm not going to do just for the certification or for my promotion or anything. But I want to learn this. I've decided this. 2015 was the year I decided. And then it took so long, but finally I cracked it. And thanks to COVID, I would say, I found some time, the traffic time that we used to spend on roads, right? So that time was available. So I thought, let us encash it. And then that's how I reached out to you.
Nice to know. You said 2015 you thought of it. Even now you look like a college passout guy. So what you're doing in 2015 to think about 5-6 years back?
Yeah, I mean, I started my career back in 2011. So
okay, good.
Then,
good. You made any young look.
Yeah. So I had this. My seniors from the college used to tell that you are good in managing stuff, so you see something in that line. So I did my MBA also.
Right. So okay, why the college friends said, do you host some rooftop parties?
No, not like that, but we used to go for this lot of college level events. So I was the convener of one particular collegiate club where we used to host a lot of events and then manage. So there itself we learned to an extent procurement, managing people management and stakeholder management and stuff like that. So that really helped me. Yeah.
Nice. So you mentioned the medical instrument in that R&D, right? That's a say. How do you see management play a role there for you as you learn PMP? Did you found relevance of what you learned?
Of course. So as you used to say in most of your classes that even if you take PMBOK 20th edition or 50th edition in 2050, management is something that is same. It is not going to change. So irrespective of the field or the product that you are developing, it's I mean, any project is a short endeavor, right? So as we call it in PMP. So any project you take, management is something that is key to achieve the deliverables. So irrespective of
nice to know. And any agile flavor you had in your organization? Little bit.
Not yet. Not yet full-fledged agile, I would say, but I'm now thinking of creating a blended process, I would say, in between predictive and agile, at least for our team, for locally. Customize something, but because I'm seeing a lot of advantages with agile. So that will definitely help.
Now, why I put that question is, since you're not aware of agile, how do you manage to catch up? Because this question comes from many viewers. They're feeling a little scared. First of all, many think PMP is for IT people, and some think PMP for only construction people. Okay, only a person read to came to know that, man, this is for anyone in the world who can learn it. But top of that, when you use the word agile, it has been branded and stamped with IT guys. Okay. Now you came in without having agile knowledge. How you catched up, or how do you feel about it?
To be frank, before our classes, I was literal zero in agile, I would say. No knowledge about agile, to be frank. People used to say, I used to interact with my software folks and they will say Scrum Master. I was like, Scrum Master, is it like some karate master or something like that? That was my knowledge level. But I had always that inquisitiveness to learn about what is Scrum, because most of the time these people used to talk about Scrum, Agile, so I don't used to understand. So anyways, I wanted to learn. So that was, your class was the first thing that I was exposed to agile. And starting from forming a team and then, till deliverable, you explained everything neatly that I need not have to go into external resource or YouTube video to understand that, what is a Scrum team, what is the size of the team, how sprint happens, what is planning and stuff. Everything was clearly covered. I mean, I don't know, Agile could be an ocean, but whatever I learned from your class was enough, enough for me to clear the PMP.
So your friends, nobody can do Funda right now with you, right? You will say, hey guys, come on, man.
You want to talk about backlogs?
No, in fact, now you will talk about lean management. You will be, hey, come on, guys, I know more than you.
Exactly. You want to talk about contracts with me, T&M?
Come on. Talk me, talk me. All right, fantastic. So now, what was the reading pattern you followed to crack this exam? Because this is the biggest question for many. Whenever we start the session, we share some books. We share PMBOK 7, PMBOK 6, or Rita 10. People are so eager to collect all the books on the first day of the class. After 1 week, we ask them what book you opened. Nothing. So now, many people have this, worry of which book to read, how to proceed. So what was your pattern of reading?
To be frank, I was one among those people who was eager in collecting the books and keeping it a repository. So my reading started very recently. After the class, then I got into projects, got fully busy, and then I did not get time. So very recently I started, last 2-3 months was the time that I started to revise everything. Went back to your classes, video recordings, and then kind of brushed up everything. So I basically to quote few books, I read basically Rita 10th edition, and then PMBOK 6th edition. PMBOK 7th edition came in while I started preparing. And then, as you recommended, I did not bother much. I continued to study PMBOK 6th edition, but towards the last 10 days, I kind of glanced through just only to realize, because the moment I saw, I was like, shocked that there are new words like stewardship and stuff like that. Then I got a little shocked, but to be frank, I did not get any such question that is only from PMBOK 7 or something like that in the exam.
Right. Also, when I don't know how much you went to 7th edition, most of the concepts will be somewhat you already read.
Yes.
You talk about planning, working, delivery, but the English words has been changed. Okay. Stewardship, servant leadership, or slowly they make you an angel and God to bless all the people around you. I say, man, you have to work. Anyway, no questions directly on PMBOK 7. That's a good message. Okay. All right. Great. Nice to know about the book step. Now,
one another thing that I noted with PMBOK 7 was I had few doubts about few critical, Parkinson's law, theory XY. So those I just went to the PMBOK and then did Control F, but I could not find. That was another surprise that I got. Few of the things that were there in PMBOK 6 were not available in PMBOK 7.
Right. That's right. I think what I'm hearing is 7th is complementary to 6th. So you will read the concept of 6 and understand something more in 7 also, current trend, because the book content is so small. You have to learn back, but not for exam actually. Exam is not more focused on 7th. That's a message. Okay. All right, good. So reading is one portion. When you go and write test, that is different portion because we may be a good reader, but when you go to exam will challenge you. So did you found any challenging thing or before I come to here, have you taken any other challenging exams in market before PMP?
I have taken probably after my college days.
Okay. Then long time.
So, and then for my MBA, I took this normal exams only, not any competitive exams.
Right. So now, why I come to that area is we have used to answering questions directly. This kind of psychometric exam we have not done. Okay. It's kind of a situation. Based on the situation, you have to think and answer, and there is a time pressure on you. So now, how do you felt while answering it? Are you able to cope up with the speed and things?
So probably let me start with the mock. I started with, these weekly mocks, what we used to have. They were, pretty comfortable for me. 40 questions in 60 minutes was kind of okay for me. But when I went into the 4-hour long exam, that was a little bit tedious. I kind of underestimated it at the beginning. With my 60 question, 40 question experience, but then later I kind of improved myself. So situational based questions, to answer your question, it is all about the mindset, as you used to say again and again. Management is not something that you learn and kind of mug it up and then you go and write the exam. You have to conceive the concept, apprehend it, and then approach it from PMI's point of view, and that is what really helped me. So I kind of fine-tuned my mindset. I again did not think of what I would be doing in my project in current setup, because it could be different from what PMI would recommend, because current practices are not at par. So I always put myself into the shoes of PMI and then try to approach. So that's how I approached the situation based questions.
That's good. That's good. Nice to know. So now coming to close to exam, last 5 days, you did any special mantra work, anything you have to push specifically?
Last 5 days, so whenever I read any book, I used to highlight a few stuffs. I used to keep a notebook where I maintain notes there. So I only went through that. And then I brushed up a few of the theories, concepts, the theory of hygiene, the Parkinson's law, say for example, Stacy, all those hierarchy and forming, storming, norming. So those things, these are all the things that I had to remind myself that if there are some questions, how to approach. So those were the things I was mainly concentrating. Otherwise, it was only the mock.
Perfect. Got you. So now let's go to the main exam. So main exam, was it a center or online?
It was a center-based exam that I gave.
Was it smooth? Are they giving process systematically smooth?
The process was smooth, no hassles, to be frank. But however, I have few things that I want to highlight here that will help the people who will take this exam. So first, I had some concerns about my naming. Being a South Indian, I used to always have this confusion with initial at the front, back, and stuff like that. This is I'm not alone. I know that so this is very common. So there was clear indication after I applied for the exam only, that your name must match with spelling and in order. So then I reached out to the one and only person, Rahul. So man, I should spend 5 minutes to talk about him. Probably I will reserve it for later. But so I reached out to him. He said it's better you approach the customer care of PMI and then get it clarified, because they see this very seriously. And yes, they see it. I have observed that during the exam also. So I reached out to them and said that this is the name I have in my PAN card or my ID proof, and this is the name that is in the application. Is this a problem? They said no problem. We'll correct your name as per the ID proof, whatever you have. So they've corrected in the back end, and that was very smooth for me in the exam. So that was one thing. And second, it is better to reach 30 minutes before for everyone, because they give that instruction sheet, like what are the do's and don'ts. So that itself will take 20 minutes to fully read and understand. So you reach minimum 30 minutes before. And then another key point which was problematic for me was that I learned the hard way, was that the break. They give this 10-minute break where once you are done with 60 questions, you have to raise your hand, and then the invigilator comes and he says, okay, you can exit now the exam hall. And then that is when, because you are not allowed to wear your watch also. So you don't have the track of time. So you have to be very careful. At least in the center that I've taken, there was a timer only in the main hall. So I literally lost the track of time. I went for a bio break and then had some quick bites, whatever I had, and I totally lost the track of time. And I'm sure that I've lost close to 3 to 4 minutes in that break. After going there only, I'm seeing that break time is already 0, and I've noted my time before, and there was some, deduction there. So I wish everyone else take care of that point.
So you were very leisure and having some chocolates there.
Yeah.
Okay, it happens. But problem here is, yeah, we don't have a watch, we don't have a mobile,
Right.
and there won't be any clock apart from your main area. All right, so that's a little risky. Okay, I think in next 60 questions you would have been a little careful.
Yes, first 60 questions I took 82 minutes, so which was kind of okay, but still I was nervous. I felt I took more time. So, and then I lost this additional 4-5 minutes also that was added on top of that. So next 60 section, I was like fully reading and focusing that I could complete in what 72 or 73 minutes, 75 minutes, I believe. And then the rest of the time I had, but the last section was little bit, it was a little bit tough, I would say, compared to the previous two sections. But the length of the questions were small. It was only 2 lines, so I could easily navigate. And at the last, I had 4 to 5 minutes remaining.
Okay.
I did not submit, but I was like again going through, and then I submitted 30 seconds before.
All right. Okay. When you submit, you are sure you're going to clear?
I had the confidence. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, you paid that fee, you put a 3 months of effort, you have to be confident.
True, yeah.
And the moment you saw congratulations, did you felt wow, man, that's good?
Yeah.
That excitement.
I have listened to a lot of success stories, and that moment was like total bliss. You read only that congratulations word, and then rest 3 lines you don't read only what is there. And then they ask you to take a survey, and then during the survey time I was like not able to the digest the fact that I cleared. So I was like literally, I mean, I gave with that pleasure, I gave everything with flying colors. All the feedbacks were good only.
I think Pearson is Pearson is very careful. After the result, they give the feedback. So when I took exam years back, that time it's not Pearson. I forgot the name. Some other third party. Now PMI Institute is always a third party, right? This is a third party. Pearson is a third party. Same way, something was there. I forgot the name. So what happened is first they'll ask feedback, then only the answer result will come. So you won't have the patience to wait for the result. You'll just keep clicking next, get fast and show me the result. Okay, that's interesting. So now that moment you saw the result, you would have felt thank God, man, leave me free. I have to go and watch Netflix now.
Yeah, true. Actually, I had a few movies and things to do in my bucket list after the exam. So yes, you are right. I directly went into that. Yeah.
Nice. Good to know this. Right. Great to know. You have any specific tips for the people who are struggling in the decision making, whether to go for exam or not? What is your thoughts for them?
First, book your date, pay the fees. That will make you to prepare or study for the exam. That was one thing that worked for me, at least, because right. I booked my exam application during July itself. Somehow it got dragged, but that was one key motivation, right? Because you have already invested some amount that you want to encash it, and then that was one thing. And secondly, I have prepared a list of tips. I don't know whether you will have time to
please go ahead.
Yeah. So from my exam experience, I felt these are all the things that you have to take care so that it will help the preparation. So the first tip that I have is the elimination technique that one used to have in the exam. So you need to approach any question with a servant leadership mindset. That is very, very important, which means no firing, no replacing of team members for poor performance or dispute. That is something. If you understand this, you will be you'll be able to eliminate 2 or 3 options. That was point number 1. And never delay any action. That was another thing that I've noted down during my learning. As a program manager, you are expected to act immediately. You are not expected to procrastinate anything, delay anything, or I take the action lately. So such kind of options directly you eliminate. That is something which is critical. And never reach out to product owner for any solution. Product owner is there only to help perform his role, like say product backlog optimization and stuff like that. Don't reach out to him and ask for solution. If that option is there, directly eliminate. And then understand the difference between servant leader shielding his team and taking the consensus from the team. That is very, very crucial. You might think that you might keep your team shielded from management or political issues, or customer directly contacting the team members. Those kind of things you can very well shield, but as a project manager, you should involve your team member in every decision making activity, mainly for the deliverables, for the commitments that they have to give. It should come from them only. So that is one option. If you keep, you can easily solve most of the questions. And then one tip related to exam is don't spend more than 2 minutes in a question, because I literally did not review any question, to be frank. So if you are spending more time in a question, probably mark it and come back later, but spending more time will not definitely help. It is going to add pressure for the questions that are in the later stage. So that is something one has to take care. And revisit all the theories, as I have mentioned before, theories and techniques, XY, Parkinson's law, stuff like that. So that power grid, power interest grid. So those things you have to revise just one day before. There might be questions from there. And then prefer meeting over escalation. That is, Shriram, I am echoing most of your class notes only, but somehow I kind of consolidated. So one key point again, as you used to mention, prefer meeting people face to face. Again, it's a basic principle of Agile, right? So people over processes. So that is something that is crucial. And then approach any question with PM. Putting yourself into PMI's shoes. Don't think what you will do in your current organization setup. That could be different, but approach everything from PMI's point of view. And finally, don't overread or underread any question. Your tips will mostly lie on the question itself. So don't overread and don't underread also. That is very crucial. So these are all things that I wanted to quickly.
Beautiful. Key points, really needed points, because some of us spend more time in a question or very less time in the question. They get a little impatient, and what they do is they read here and there some line, and then read here and there some answer words and start choosing it.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that when your friends are sponsoring your exam. But if you are paying your money, you have to read the question fully, right? That's very important. Right, rightly said. Super good. Thanks a lot, Deepan, for those inputs. And how much credit to your family for supporting for the exam?
Most of the credit, key people in this victory is Sriram Kumar, Rahul Gupta. I wanted to ask you, where did you find this person, Rahul Gupta? I used to get, here in WhatsApp group saying that, this man is a humanoid robot, you can reach him. I wanted to test it one day, not intentionally, but I happened to miss that 14-page Scrum document somewhere. And then it was around, as I said, I'm a late nights guy. Around 11:30 or 12 o'clock, I was like impatient. I want that now. I just tried my luck. Let me check with Rahul if he's available. I didn't want to disturb him also, but just to my surprise, he replied immediately. And then I got the material. So that man, you can reach out anytime. So he's a gem of a person. And then, of course, my family, definitely. You see, the door is locked because otherwise my son will not let me talk. So now you can think of my effort my wife is putting in shielding my son, So that definitely most of the credits goes to family as well.
That's good. That's good. Really, really big effort. As you said in the beginning, it's a combined family effort to make certain thing happen. When I'm doing any course in days of college, it's different. After having a family and a job and the things, it's not easy. And rightly said, COVID also made some play game there where we had some breathing time. Country like India, where we spend most of hours on roads, we don't get our own personal time. It could be of exercise, any sports, reading. I think we lost this for last 30, 40 years. I think even our parents had a good time. They come early to home after government office. In the name of corporate life, we have lost everything. One way we have to say, I think this is fine. We got some time for us. Good. Super good. So first, thanks a lot for coming up here, and good wishes for your success, because as you did in a college days managing, and now you reinvented yourself of learning PMP. Now this shall get into the management and leadership roles. I keep telling that learning is one portion. Only when you apply, you will start seeing yourself how much you got it. Because reading is fine. Sometimes course comes up good or bad, but when you apply, you will find different flavor. It's kind of a recipe, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and apply what you learn, and you are in a right industry. That is pharma instrumental R&D. Oh my God. By telling itself, I'll feel, oh my God, this guy is in a great place. There are long distance to travel for you. Good wishes for your success, Deepan. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Sriram. Thanks for all your support, mentorship, and then having created such a group of elite people who can come together, share their knowledge, not only for studying. It is after that also. Now today morning there was a discussion going on in our elite PMP members group about how to share knowledge. So these are the things that will definitely keep us engaged with the project management forever. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Keep rocking. All the best, and we'll meet in another good occasion. Good wishes.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.